volume of people we have here today. COVID just kicked the shit out of us, and you're still here. You know, we as a group still have a pulse, and we're going to live. Not only we're going to live to fight.
It just occurred to me.
Yeah, yeah! Woo!
Yeah, right. Look, I first joined Normal in 1984. Got active in the cannabis reform movement, and spent a lot of my time in other states before coming to I'm from Texas, but I just didn't see. I thought my time could be better spent in states where we were getting more traction, you know, and rather than at the point in time then waste my time here. But I've had a bird's eye view of this movement, and not only that, I mean, I'm a bit of a interested in social issues and have been since I was a kid. And cannabis, when I was a kid, was legal. You know, it was legal worldwide. It's coexisted with mankind since, well, there have been drawings of it on the walls of caves, hieroglyphics. Anyway, I think right next to the weed plant and the cave walls was fire. And when they put the two together, magic happened. But look, it's never hurt anybody. And it was never illegal anywhere in the world until the 1960s. I remember all the civil unrest over the Vietnam War and civil rights and the Nixon administration. And those that were in the room that have lived long enough will now admit cannabis was criminalized then as a tool to oppress and suppress the people that were protesting. Yes, I'll get to that. You can't arrest a man for holding up a sign, but you can if you get a whiff of marijuana. You take the whole group. And that's what they did. They implemented it as a tool that probably just intended to be a temporary measure, followed by 50 years of lies and justifications and rationalizations. And if the war on drugs and criminalization of cannabis is going to create another victim in me, it's going to be that I guess I'm going to end my days as a bitter old man if I let that happen. And I'm not gonna. Look, we've made some modest goals, or modest advances in Texas and in others. We've made some tremendous advances in other states. We've made some here in Texas. But folks, it hasn't been easy. We have fought tooth and nail for everything that we've gotten. And I've been involved with DFW Normal for over 10 years now, and every year I get to see familiar faces I love, but a lot of new ones, and they come up to me and they're like, oh, well, let's tell them this, let's do this, let's do this. And it's so hard for me not to just go, oh, you're so cute. You know, you're so innocent. You're so naive. Yes. Because I'm coming to the realization that we're dealing with people that don't want to listen to logic and reason and human decency. There's been three major movements in my life that I've watched. The three biggest. Some I watched in black and white TV with pajamas with feet. The first was the civil rights movement, followed by the gay rights movement. Now, when we're talking about total energy, public distrust and disruption and energy spent on the issue, I think civil rights was first, gay rights came second, and cannabis reform is third. And the total energy, the three things that we've stood up and told our government this is wrong. And as far as the three groups go, we share a common enemy. It's fascism. It's people that are hungry for power and hungry for money, and they don't give a shit about what's right.
Right.
So, you know, I'm sure there was a time when John Lewis felt the way I do right now. And people in the movement, you know, at some point you just feel like, damn, you know, what are we going to do? And I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to fight. You know, our framers of our Constitution, I'm a constitutionalist. I've studied it and looked at, constitutional law, I ate up, and I've been to Pennsylvania and stood in the room where that document was drafted. And those kids, they did a hell of a good job. They really did. They thought of a lot of shit. But they didn't think about the corruption that money and power could do to a democracy. You know, and you know, some states have the luxury of when they just can't get a legislator to budge, they have the ability to have referendums or ballot initiatives and things like that, and make cannabis legal there, that way. You know, they just basically, like an errant child, have to jerk it away from their representatives and say, give me that. You know, and do the right thing. Now, what's so sad is that there ever had to be an election if the representatives were doing, you know, what they were supposed to do. We've got so many issues facing our nation and society, and you know, look at and money. You know, look at OxyContin and the opiates that the pill mills were churning out. My body count on that right now, I'm a drug lawyer, I hope mine's higher than everybody else's.
Oh my God.
Is 12. Getting ready to be 13. People that meant something to me that are gone. When did we get to vote on that shit? When did we get to vote on that? So look, these are my opinions and they're my own. Okay, not normal officially, but we gotta get this shit out of Austin. The governor and the lieutenant governor have got to go because they are not going to give in. They don't care about doing the right thing.
Thank you, Debbie Sloan. Up next, where is she? Where is Jax, who came all the way from Austin? Jax!